Well, good evening everybody and welcome to a extra special version of James's Week in Gaming. We have a PS4, well we assume it's a PS4, it doesn't actually say on the box. I'd be very surprised if it was something else. If this turns out to be a curious kind of cheese, I will post it to YouTube with the associated hilarity, but we assume this is a PS4. To accompany the unboxing, we will be drinking a very nice little brew called Chapel Down Curious Brew. This is a champagne lager, which is brewed. Chapel Down is a English winery, very, very good English winery actually, based near Tenterton in Kent, so not too far away from where I live. And this won the Decanter or the World Beer Awards or something. It won a gold medal, something very prestigious. It's very, very nice. And my former colleagues at my previous job, I've moved jobs recently, bought me some as a sort of a going away present. So that's going to be accompanying me as I attempt to break into this box. With unknown amounts of success. That is not the one to use. Now, I did not, so let's get started. I did not, as some people did, go and queue up, you know, for miles and miles or hours and hours. I mean, there were people queuing until 4 in the morning yesterday. I just found that a remarkable thing to do. I mean, literally, why would you? I just don't see the point. I mean, I pre-ordered this months ago. So, you know, at that point, or by this point, I should say, I'm just a bit, you know, I don't really care too much about it. I mean, it's lovely. I'm obviously over the moon to actually have it. I'm very lucky to have actually got, you know, to be early enough to actually get hold of one. But the idea that you would sort of go out and queue up till 4 in the morning for something and, you know, then sort of spend the entire day completely haggard because you couldn't, you know, you can't work or anything. I just don't see the point about it. Ooh. Right, so, here's it can open from this end. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on! There we go. Right. Important things first. Bubble wrap. Well, I was kind of hoping for the little ones with little box on it. I really like doing that. You can't really... That's crap. Don't use that. Right. Knife. Away. Before I cut myself. And... anything else? Nope. Aha! Right. Hello, Gertrude. Yes, Gertrude. What? I call my PS3 Ermintrude. She's actually sitting down there at the moment, switched off and looking... I don't really think a machine can look jealous, but if you could look jealous, she would be looking pretty bloody jealous right now. Oh, hang on. Oh, we're celebrating. Chapel Down, PS4. Right. Let's have a look inside, shall we? So, first things first, I like the box. It's obviously a hell of a lot smaller than PS3. I'll actually just grab my other PS3, my old PS3, so you can... Sorry, going off screen for a second, so you can have a comparison. So there's the PS3. Whoops, what am I trying on? Oh. Why? Highly professional, this. So there's the PS3, and there's a DualShock lying around here somewhere. I'll get that in a minute. And then this is the PS4. So let's uncut that. I will need the knife again. There's the scissors. I like keeping boxes. I don't know about you guys, but I've got all the boxes for all the sort of things I've kept. Partly because, you know, in this day and age, I mean, there might be 100 million or whatever these things produced in its lifetime, but you can always sell them for collector's editions and day ones, etc. And rather like the old PS3, I'm quite sure that the PS4 will go through iterations in terms of design. So, that was very uninspiring. Shush, I'm busy. So, do you pull it out? I think you pull it out. Right. Now what? More stuff. Stuff on the back. To save energy, your PS4 will blah 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 blah. We mark plastic components so can be recycled, blah blah blah. Chlorine-free, carton-based packaging, recyclable. Ensure your PS4 is recycled and disposed of in accordance with applicable local... I don't care. Right, so Here she is. Move out the way, Ermentrude. Gertrude's here. What else we got? Is that it? How the hell does it stand up? There we go. Oh, shiny. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bit more sort of plush to feel. Maybe it was just me. I mean, it looks lovely, but that plastic is a bit more. I was expecting it to be a bit more sort of like a matte dark, a bit like sort of the back of an iPad or something like that. It's a little bit sort of. I don't know. It doesn't feel. Does it feel cheap? I don't know. Maybe a little bit actually. But to be fair, you know, this little beauty. Actually, look at that. Look at the difference in size. Look at this. Huge difference in size. Oh, hang on. That's better. Falling over. Look at that. Huge difference in size compared to the old PS3. And this guy, this was heavy. And actually, this PS3 I actually bought in 2008. So it's not an original launch lineup. I mean, I wasn't going to pay 500 quid from it. I mean, why would you pay over £450 for a console? Xbox. Anyway, but this Ermentrude has lasted incredibly well actually. Recently, she actually screwed up a little bit for the very first time. Disk drive went while I was playing GTA, so I had to have that replaced. I am going to keep her because I want to play Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, and unfortunately at the moment not a PS4 release. But so this is the current thing with the two things, and you can see, like I said, I do like the angles actually. That's really, really cool. But one of the first questions I have to ask is, where the hell do you put in the... Ah, right. It's there. There's the drive. Because I don't know about you guys, but I remember looking at it and I couldn't actually think where the hell the disk drive was. You know, I had all these Andy House showing it up and doing this whole sort of thing. But actually, I literally couldn't figure out where the hell you put the disk drive in. Anyway, new controller. Let's see what we think. Hubbity. Oh, it's better. It is so much better. Wow, that really is... I mean, I was a little bit worried, actually, because I actually have got very used to using L1 and R1 for shooting. I mean, one of the problems I always have when I play GTA 5 is obviously they use a universal control system where you have to use the trigger buttons. But I can imagine... Yeah, it's a lot more responsive, isn't it? And you've got the touchpad, which you can press, apparently. It's kind of cool. Share button. Option button, and obviously you have the light bar. I haven't bought the camera, which I'm actually a little bit annoyed about now because it was in the bundle options I had, but I just thought it was a bit too much money. But I've seen some people playing around with the camera. The only thing is, it's like a lot of these things. I mean, it depends on functionality. If somebody creates a really great game, oh, sorry, it's not quite as shiny, is it? Never mind. Don't worry, you're beautiful. You're still beautiful. You're really tasty. So yeah, you get, it does feel a lot different. I mean, it's definitely things. Buttons are nice and responsive. D-pad feels great. I mean, that's quite well designed now, actually. I have to say, they clearly had spent a lot of time thinking about this. You've obviously got the PS button there. There's a speaker there. Oh, it flashes! Do it again. Exterminate. Anyway, that's all looking really lovely and rather wonderful. And what's that on the back? I thought that said Epic, actually. I thought they'd done something with the Unreal Engine 4. Anyway, so that's the new controller. What else we got in here? We have a set of headphones with what looks like a mic. So it looks to me like you can... Oh, cool! So you get a set of headphones to plug in. That's useful. There's also a mini USB exit in here. I'm not entirely sure what that's sort of for, but I'm sure it's for something useful. I'd assume. I think. But yeah, that all looks really nice, and I do like the feel of it. I mean, it does feel. It does feel. I mean, kind of weird. It doesn't feel like you could do that with it. It feels like you're supposed to almost hold it like that, and that's the sort of position that your thumbs are supposed to be in. So you're never in a position where you're losing your thumbs off the thing. In addition, there are rubber sort of edges on the top of the sticks, so there's a lot more sort of things. It just feels a hell of a lot more natural, actually. And I can see that they literally designed it to be sitting like that in your hands. I mean, I still think I prefer probably to sit like that because the buttons are slightly easier to get to. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, they obviously put a huge amount of work into it. Micro USB charger on the back, so that's all great. You can charge it up very simply. What else do we get? So you have the headphones, which for broadcast, chatting to people. They've been going on about how, you know, they obviously want this to be a much more sort of dedicated console, that they want more people to interact and stuff, and you have to use your own name and all this sort of thing. So that all looks very interesting. Now that's interesting. No brick. So there's no power brick. So actually, rather like this doesn't have this has an internal power thing. Yeah, that could be interesting. We'll have to see how the because these vents at the back, there's a hell of a lot of open space into them. I wonder if you can see inside the thing. Yeah, you can. It's much more open to the atmosphere than the PS4. Actually, I say that than the PS3 too. I say that the PS3 is fairly open to the atmosphere. So I wonder if there is an overheating issue, and I have heard some people have been getting there's a red dial on it apparently when it gets heated. Now, other than that, there's a charger and a proper HDMI. Now, I actually have a gold HDMI. I have a better one I bought for the PS3, so I'll just probably plug that in and have a look. So that looks good. Welcome to the world of PlayStation. User manual, which I never read. Now, I think I'm supposed to get... Yeah, here we go. Try PlayStation Plus for 14 days at no additional cost. Okay. I have to get in the blasted thing. Sorry about this. Technical error. So you get a nice big guide. It's kind of sexy. Oh, stuff on the back. They really like Knack, don't they? He seems to be on everything, which... That's where the disc goes, because it wasn't intrinsically obvious enough. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so I think that's everything. Where's my card? I thought I was supposed to get a card with like oh. Available to Sony Activate Master accounts only. Offer expires 31st of July 2014. It might just be actually when you log in for the first time. I mean, one of the things I have heard people at PlayStation have been saying is like, you know, oh, there's lots of extra people logging on. But here's the thing. I mean, I've got a PS3. It's the same account. It'll carry all my details over. So I'm just logging on as, you know, as James will be. I mean, obviously I have a different login, etc. But I don't really see the problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get it all booted up. And depending on how good that webcam is, I might show you some of the interface, and we'll see what we can do. But for now, guys, hope you enjoyed that. I am certainly going to enjoy that. Do, if you are in the UK, do buy Curious Brew. It is an amazing beer. I mean, I love English sparkling wine, and that's a fantastic beer from a fantastic vineyard. So all really, really worthwhile. Yeah, so I'm going to try. I might do a Twitch stream. I think, mate, you can. We'll have a look at Twitch and all the rest of it. Again, if the cameras are any good, I don't know if it'll be good enough. It might just be a bit crap. But yeah, that all being well, this video will be followed by another one where I'll do a bit more sort of on-screen stuff, guys. So yeah, happy birthday PS4. Cheers. Oh, crush my shoe.